themselves.
I'll share. So hi everyone. Hi Suncrest. My name is Benjamin Say, and if you guys probably you guys would know, like I recently married Kendra, and she's right here. So I guess I'll come back to that story, but like I'm Malaysian Chinese. I grew up celebrating it because it's a big thing back at home where we would visit our families and our friends, and we would always wear red. It's a big thing, and so that's what we did growing up. And for tomorrow with Kendra's family, we're gonna do like hot pot or steamboat. Then, so it's just like a meal where traditionally growing up we would do that. We would go to our family's place or relatives' place, and the idea is us sitting in a round table because round means unity. So of course we don't have a round table, but the point is like we're eating together in a meal, and the centerpiece is the pot itself. Then so we're all sharing our meals, our food, and it's just that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good.
That's wonderful. So I'm Helen, and I am Chinese American, and I grew up in United States. But my family, ever since we were little, we celebrated New Year every year for sure. When we were young, my parents would bring us to visit relatives, and we would get lucky money. So we would, we get like lots of lucky money when you're a kid, and they come in all like wonderful like designs and everything. And that's a tradition that I have carried on, and I give red envelopes to my children on Chinese New Year as well. But usually the day before, we have a big Chinese New Year family reunion meal. And on Chinese New Year Day, when my parents were still alive, we would just all go to their house and have a big reunion dinner with my siblings, with my nieces and nephews. We would visit like aunts and uncles, and it would last for like 10, 15 days. So it was very joyous, very, you know, fun time of the year.
Yeah. And do you have any plans, at least this time around? Anything?
Yeah, so I started making some like treats yesterday. Today is the day before New Year's Day, and I'm making a Chinese New Year cake, which is like a kind of like a spongy, crunchy top, sweet cake. Is Ningo, and I had set out a whole bunch of like decorations and snacks. I can actually show you some if you guys want. You want me? I can walk over with my
Yeah,
computer
sure.
and show
Why
you.
not?
Only if you're going to share it
You
with
guys,
us.
my other Chinese friends will understand.
Wow, that's awesome.
All the
So
treats.
like, yeah, we have like different sayings. Like the top one says, "Wishing you safety wherever you go." This one says, "Happiness throughout the year, Happy New Year," and may you have a prosperous New Year. And we set out things like oranges, things that represent like wealth and health. Like bars of gold, things like this. And this is like how my parents traditionally set it up. So I kind of like just copy and just do the same thing. Um, these are just some cookies. They call it gok dai. And a lot of people do a homemade, but I bought a store bought. And inside is like sugar and peanuts around a crunchy wrap. And then usually we have goodies set out. And usually there's like 8 treasures in a box like this. And it's all goodies like lotus seeds or melon seeds, and you can do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. But this year I bought like it's all candy. It's all like Chinese New Year candy, which my kids love.
That's cool.
And then yeah, I just like put decorations around the house. Yeah, there's more stuff around, different places at home. But oh, you see it right behind me.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so we'll have the big dinner tomorrow. We'll have it on Chinese New Year Day
Yeah.
with my family this year. And my siblings and nieces and nephews will all do a big Zoom tomorrow night on Chinese New Year Day. But it's a fun, exciting year. Like my kids, they all have grown up here in America, but they look forward to it. They look forward to the lucky money. They look forward to the food. They look forward to just the happy occasion of seeing everyone.
Yeah, awesome.
It's awesome. I'm Andy Ma. I was from a Chinese family, but born and raised in Canada. And I think growing up in Canada, it's probably like growing up in America as well. You tried so hard to disappear into culture that, Chinese New Year wasn't something that we necessarily celebrated because it's like it reminded you of how other you were.
Yeah.
So really the only thing that we ever did for Chinese New Year was going around trying to get the lucky money.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows how mature we were as kids too. All we want is the money. I don't care about anything else. But I remember after I graduated from college and was working for a couple of years, I went to Hong Kong and happened to be in Hong Kong for Lunar New Year. And that was probably the first time I'd actually celebrated the Lunar New Year with all of its traditions and the meaning behind it all. So I was with my brother-in-law's family, and they had everything swept clean. They had family coming over. They had food for days on end and everything. And that was probably the first time I really understood that the Lunar New Year was really a lot about community, about family regathering, of getting together. And so since we adopted Jaden from China, we really wanted her to understand, what Lunar New Year was really about. We didn't tell her about the lucky money, so I don't have to give it to her. But really, just the whole idea of gathering and family and community and just celebrating together. So shows you how ignorant I am still, but I knew Lunar New Year was coming up just from all the store circulars, but I didn't really realize it was tomorrow. But I happened to be at the store today and bought some bulgogi.
Nice.
So that's our plan for this weekend, just to celebrate that. But it growing up, it was always just Chinese New Year, and that's really how insulated and probably ethnocentric I grew up. But to realize that it's a Lunar New Year, it's celebrated by most Asian countries.
Mhm.
And so to me, it's been a journey to learn, to appreciate, but also to embrace that part of my identity. And so just wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you get money or not. But it's a worthy thing to celebrate and embrace who we are and the roots that we are attached to.
Yeah, definitely. Well, my name is Joe Rhee. I'm Korean American, born in Chicago, Illinois. But definitely appreciate kind of my Korean roots in that, and I think kind of what you guys have, especially you, Andy, kind of going along with what everybody else does. So what we had done as a family growing up was we would do the New Year traditions, but on like January 1st, right? So because we were just, wanted to celebrate as everybody else, but then we had something to look forward to, on New Year's Day. And so many years would be a lot of the Korean traditions. So Koreans also has something around money. We don't call it lucky money, but it is a like formal bowing ceremony to your elders. So even growing up if we were ever with family, it would be like to pretty much everybody that's older than you. You're like bowing over and over and over again, but then you get money back. So, that was kind of like the nice thing. And you're basically, telling your elders to have a fruitful year. And so I think through the years, for me, it just became about the food. So there's always a traditional like dumpling and rice cake soup called tteokguk, which I think, a few times brought to our missions banquet to share with everyone because it's easy to make too. But that's something we have every year, which I look forward to. And so, as far as this past New Year, I was able to get together with my family. Even amidst the pandemic, who was there? my mom made a nice spread of tteokguk and all the stuff, and that we got to enjoy. And then even teaching our kids how to do the bowing ceremony. And my dad had all his checks ready to go to hand off to the kids. So that was a lot of fun, just to see them. And I think for me, now that we have been adopted from Korea, it's really have helped me to know, like, okay, what are some of the Korean traditions we want to pass down. So um I don't even know, at one point I thought, oh, Lunar New Year is actually when everybody else celebrates New Year if you're non-American. So knowing that, okay, we get to celebrate something else, get to do something around food. So just kind of a joke, I told my wife, like, oh, we can get sushi, Chinese food, Thai food, Korean food. We could just, I love it all. So can we have a nice meal like that? And she's like, well, who's going to pay for that? So we're going to just eat whatever Asian stuff we have in the house. My son really loves seaweed and rice. So we'll do something simple, maybe whip something up Korean, but we'll definitely enjoy a meal together tomorrow. So, I appreciate kind of what everybody shared. It's about gathering, it's about community, it's about celebrating who we are. But I also think about our Chinese community in Warren, Watchung, and so I want to say Happy New Year to them, because we typically would have hosted your Lunar New Year party at Stonecrest the last few years, and we just love having that partnership with that community. And so we just want to wish them a Happy New Year, because we won't see them this year. But for those that are going to get to watch this, we want you to interact with us and drop in the comments, like, hey, is this something that you have experienced or are celebrating or are going to experience? So we want to hear from you, want to hear what you're going to plan on doing, and just want to celebrate with you a new year, and pray that everyone just has a much better year in 2021. We're looking forward to that, and also just to be able to worship with you. We invite you to worship with us online or in person, as we are definitely a multi-ethnic church here at Stonecrest. And so I'll let you guys say anything else to wrap up, and wish everybody a Happy New Year as we finish up.
Just Happy New Year.
Yeah, just Happy New Year. I appreciate our church being multi-ethnic. Definitely feel a sense of belonging, and our church is, a belonging place for everyone. So Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Happy New Year.
Right. Happy New Year, everyone.